Wholeness, y'all. What's going on, man? Spirit, light, body coming forward. All right, y'all. I want to share this with you out of the Gita because remember I told you some time ago that this reality is actually a projection from your third eye. You see what I'm saying? Or the cosmic projector. You see what I'm saying? Because your third eye is what governs what your physical eyes see, right? So check this out anyway. This right here is out of the Gita, and this is basically backing up what I'm saying. And you know how old I've told you guys about this text, how old it is, right? So, all right, this right here reads: the self as transcendental witness, ensconced in bliss, unaffected by the world. It reads: the yogi who sees the omnipresent cosmic beam operating in his own body and in the bodies of all creatures and in all objects of the cosmic dream suddenly realizes he was never the doer of any action nor the cause of any material effect. When the devotee, by self-discipline and concentration, rises above all attachment to the body, he becomes the king victor of the senses, happily enthroned in a bodily palace. In the state of inner ecstasy, he remains an aloof witness of the activities of his body and consciousness that perform all work solely by the silent power of the divine. He refers none of his actions to his own powers, nor does he compel the senses to work according to the desires of the ego. In this state of highest ecstasy, the yogi is conscious of spirit within and of his environment without, yet is not entangled in any fruits of action. The city of 9 gates refers to the 9 openings of the body: 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 organs of excretion and procreation, and the mouth. The yogi, like a retired king, beholds his subjects, which are the bodily cells, senses, thoughts, and emotions, as guided by the inner presence of God and not by the ego. In this way, the yogi, one with his transcendental soul, sees and feels himself to be inactive. All actions connected with the body no longer concern the yogi. He beholds himself as a non-performer of any action. Even as a man may observe unconcernedly the activities of a nearby individual, so the yogi established in God beholds his body to be performing all actions without affecting him. It is very difficult for an ordinary man to picture the state of the yogi as described in this stanza of the Gita. Therefore, it is well again to emphasize the point that a yogi united to God does not act like a puppet or an automaton. A man who is identified with his body suffers from any untoward results of his actions. But the devotee, seeing the Lord as the sole doer, remember the Supreme, that's the sole doer, remains detached from all fruits of action, good and bad, that have been performed by the body and mind. In this way, the yogi is not only free from the fruits of present action, but also from the unpredictable future effects of past actions. As the victorious king of a city may delegate its regency to a virtuous successor and himself live there in peaceful retirement, so the clever yogi conquers the bodily city of unruly senses and turns over its government to his beloved Supreme. He himself remains quietly within, ensconced in bliss. In this high state, the yogi finds that God guides and empowers him in all necessary forms of action without making him responsible in any way for the fruits thereof. The ordinary mortal may be said to be a bad actor, disrupting the dream drama of God. The yogi creates no dreams of his own. He unites his consciousness with the Supreme and learns to dream with him. He enjoys the cosmic dream as the God blissfully dreams it, without egotistically introducing it any disrupting nightmares of his own. Man may look around at the modern chaotic world and fervently declare that the ego has no regard for the dramatic unities. And so, yeah, y'all. with that being said, you know, like I'm not saying that I got all that stuff mastered, but it's definitely something that I've been able to tap into, and I know that it's a very real thing. So it's definitely an attainable goal if you are truly devoted, excuse me, to yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's just really all it is to it. You know, like it's just being devoted to yourself, and then using your willpower to gain control of the senses, because that's why it describes the senses like being on a chariot, and then you got five senses, right? So that's the five horses pulling you around on the chariot. You see what I'm saying? You're getting pulled in by the eyesight. You see what I'm saying? By the smells, by the taste. You see what I'm saying? By the hearing. So like through Kriya Yoga and through meditation, you learn to withdraw from the outside world, withdraw from the senses, and pull that energy in and focus inward. You see what I'm saying? And allow that energy to rise up the body. Like I told y'all, the Kundalini rising from the root up to the crown. You see what I'm saying? That you get here to the third eye, the spiritual eye. You see what I'm saying? And you can project yourself. You see what I'm saying? Out of this matrix, like yo, it's a fact. Wholeness.